Hey, I'm back. I'm going to put these little chats, these little goodbye fifth grade chats, into a playlist. All right, and it's going to the playlist is going to also include some other highlights of your time with us at Cypress Woods, and you know how I've sometimes played things for you on the music box, speeches and different things, and then use those things as motivation points to get us moving in a particular direction. Also, I'm going to introduce to you two pieces of music. Now, one of them I've introduced to you already in a previous 10-minute talk. It's a song called Anyway. I'm sure that not too many people have watched that 10-minute talk or gotten to that song called Anyway, but it's a great song. It's a reflective song. It's slow, but it's about it's about what happens when things don't go the way you want them to, okay? But you either give up or you keep going is basically the theme of the song. And so, what happens when everything messes up? You do it anyway. That's basically the idea of the song. I want you to watch that song and I want you to watch the video. The video is so powerful because it shows a bunch of people reflecting in their own minds, like little thought bubbles over their heads, what they're thinking in their mind, but they're not sharing their thoughts with other people. And that's how life is. We sit there, we have our own thoughts, we live inside our own head, and most of what goes on in our head doesn't come out of our mouth. Most of it stays in there, okay? Because that's just how it is. But you have those thoughts, you think about them. I encourage you to find someone to talk to share your thoughts with, to share your dreams, your goals, your ambitions with. But that's kind of what that video is about. It shows people who have these thoughts and then they go on about their life. So, anyway, I want you to watch that anyway. I just said it. The other song that I'm going to send you is a song called I Hope You Dance. I Hope You Dance. I have always hoped that you would dance, or, whatever word we would give to what we do at exercise. When it comes time for the beginning of class to come, the music comes on, and I always, in my mind, in my little thought bubble in my mind, it's always like, I hope these guys are up for it today. This song is about a reflection from my perspective on what I hope for you. Okay? And it's basically saying there's going to be times when you get the opportunity to do something, right? And it might take a little courage to do it, but you're going to either step back and pass on that opportunity or you're going to step up and actually try it. Okay? And in the verses of the song, it says, "When you get a chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance." Well, what I'm saying to you is, as your PE teacher, as the old man who gives you speeches, I hope you dance, and not just dance. Dance is like a metaphor for action. I hope you take action. I hope you believe in yourself enough to try to do things and not be afraid to do things. I can tell you stories from my life when I was afraid. I just held back, and I wish I hadn't. It hasn't hurt me that bad, but you know, if there was somebody tapping me on the shoulder just at those moments saying, "No, go for it," I might have gone for some things that I held back on. Well, guess what? I'm tapping you on the shoulder. Go for it. Don't be afraid. The thing is, you know what's right. Okay, you know what's right. It's always right to be good. It's always right to try. It's always right to, so I messed up and I failed, get back up and try it again. I mean, certain things are always right. Don't be afraid to do what you know is right. Okay? I hope you dance. So those songs, Anyway, and I Hope You Dance, are going to be added to the playlist that I'm going to make for you here on my little chat on the way out. Some other things are going to be added to the playlist. The Martin Luther King speech, if I had sneezed, okay, And we've spent some time on that, and that's had different meanings to different people. Also, the John F. Kennedy speech, where he challenges the United States to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. Why? Not because it's easy, but because it's hard. It's a great inspirational speech, and we've drawn some inspiration for it at PE class, or from it, I mean. And that'll be included in the playlist. Also, the 6 Rules of Success that I played for you more times than you're used to it by now. The speech from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Rule 1, trust yourself, all the way down to Rule 6, which is give something back. And I want you to remember Rule 6 as you leave here, as you leave Cypress Woods. Give something back. Come back and talk to your old PE teachers. One of the cool things that's happened in the interviews that I've done, that I've put on the Teams page, is an interview with Eric Everett. Eric Everett is a former Eagle. He is maybe 24 years old. He goes to a college or a university in Sweden, Uppsala University. But Eric did something really cool. He became a pro tennis player out of high school. He left high school, became a pro tennis player, worked as a pro tennis player for about 3.5 years. And then he went to college. Well, then he sat for an interview with us from Sweden. It's actually a 3-part interview. And he's giving something back. You give something back. Another person I'm actually going to be talking to here in the next day or so is Liza Romanoff. I think her last name is Romanoff. I'm sorry, I don't have that at the tip of my tongue. Liza is a former Eagle. She's a member of the crew team at the College of Charleston. Crew is, you've seen boat racing where the boats are long and skinny and all the people are sitting in a line and they're rowing together. Sometimes there's 2 people, sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 8 people in a crew, and there's a person at the end of the boat saying stroke, stroke, kind of getting them all going. Crew is like one of the ultimate team challenges, and Liza's a crew member. Well, Liza came to Cyprus straight from Russia, okay? Like when she first arrived at Cyprus, she could not speak a word of English. And I used to call her the Russian Rocket. And that was kind of my nickname for her. Well, after she left Cyprus, we stayed in touch, and we continue to stay in touch. Well, Liza's going to sit for an interview with you guys. I hope you watch it. It's just somebody that I just love. Everybody that I've sat for an interview with, almost everybody, is a former student or former player of mine. Now, you guys are all going to enter that club, former students or players of Coach Hart. And it's a big club. There's a lot of people in it. But one thing they all have in common is they've all heard me talk about the stuff I talk about, and so that gives everybody something in common together, a way of thinking that's in common. And you're part of that now. But I hope you do give something back, and I hope you come back and be a part of Cypress Woods in some way, at some point, even if it's not to physically come back, just to have a good thought about us or a good word about us. Let's see. Oh, another one that I'm going to send you is one that we haven't listened to the whole speech, but it's where the theme of the bricks and mortar came from, is out of this speech. So I was listening over the summer as I'm getting ready for your 5th grade year to different TED Talks and things for personal inspiration. And I listened to this TED Talk from a person named Margaret Heffernan. And I'm going to include that in our playlist. And about 7.5 minutes into the speech, she says, it's not just the bricks, it's the mortar. And it just hit me. Boom. Just hit me. That's it. That's it. That's the theme right there. And so that's why we built this whole theme this year. I'll include that speech in the playlist. There was one time when I showed you a Start With Why video. Not all of you saw it, but it's a video that talks about the importance of knowing what your why is, why, WHY, why are you doing what you're doing, and the importance of starting with why. So I'll include that in the playlist too. I'm going to sign off on this one now, and I'm going to include one more talk and all those things I said in the playlist. Okay? Talk to you soon.